Hello everybody, I'm the Sonic Arrow, and welcome back to Nefarious November. Now, as you can see, I'm in a hole. And it is not so deep, man. But you don't really need a deep hole for what I'm gonna do. And what I am doing is I am constructing something, obviously, and I've done this before, actually. So, I need only some more of these. And the reason I'm using spruce and cherry logs is because I like the way they look together. And you'll see what I mean as soon as I get some of these in and strip them down. I mean, sometimes it's good to have non-strip logs, but And oops. Oh yeah. I lost my diamond axe. That's why this axe is unnamed. I don't know where it went. I could not find it. So, wherever it went, I have no idea. So, we're just not gonna ask questions, and I'll rename it Rubicante as soon as I get back to an anvil. But basically, all we're doing is adding logs, and we're stripping the bark. And I mean, this palette is something nice. I can strip all by holding down the C button, that's right. Anyway. That's a pretty nice wall, I'd say. I like it. It's very nice. But it is, of course, up to personal preference. That's what I was trying to say. I was trying to think personal, and preference was the word that came up, and preference is the word I wanted. But basically, we're alternating the woods just because I didn't want to use all the same kind of wood, you know? So, that's what we're doing here. I love this strip function. On the Ultimine keys, because it makes it so much easier to get better looking wood. And I personally think the strip logs are the best, but like I said, it's up to personal preference. So, that being the case, I am going to be making this all out of stripped wood. But if you were making one of these types of walls, you could do it however you wanted. It is entirely up to the player how they make theirs. And so that's why I'm exercising my right to build my own walls. But of course, I've seen people build walls for cities out of this type of pattern. Like, I actually had another modded world where I had oak and spruce strip logs as the walls for my city. Like, I found a village and just used stripped oak and spruce logs to make the walls. I placed down a pattern sort of like this, but then I stripped the logs. I placed it down without stripping them, and then stripped the logs. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And of course, I don't know if I took that inspiration from a cookie god, or not Brock. But I think it was not Brock. And then also from someone I saw on Reddit, and I was thinking, I should do that. That looks pretty good. And so I did. And it was just simple oak and strip spruce. Now, I was going to use stripped oak and spruce for these walls, but I had a whole bunch of cherry wood, and I was wondering if I could pull off, like, a sort of chocolate cotton candy type look. Like, chocolate and cotton candy. Because who doesn't love chocolate and cotton candy? Some places actually make chocolate cotton candy. It's not half bad. I've actually had it at my local county fair. There was a cotton candy truck selling chocolate chocolate cotton. I'll just call it chocolate cotton. And it was pretty good. I had no complaints about it. Like, it was cotton candy, but it was chocolate flavored. So, you know, it was not cotton candy, just chocolate candy. Or chocolate cotton. And it was really good. So, if you ever have the chance to try it, I highly recommend it. You might be able to find some on Amazon. Or any online website. Like, some people might make their own. And sell it. So, you know, if you ever come across it, and you're a little curious about it, I recommend it. It's really good. But other than that, I'm just going for a chocolate and cotton candy type look. And, of course, it looks like a bit of milk chocolate is the spruce, stripped spruce logs. Of course, we have cocoa beans, which would actually be chocolate. Oh, shoot! I need this, and I need this. I need to do that. And some more over here. Alright, and that is the walls. Now, what are we going to make the floor out of? Nobody asked. Well, I'm glad you didn't ask, because I'm just going to tell you anyway. So, it is a farm that I've been meaning to build for some time. A moss farm. And I have the ability to turn a moss farm into a moss and bone meal farm. And I kinda want to, but also kinda don't. Like, I have the ability to get bone meal in several ways. Like, the skeletons up top drop me bone meal, and they drop plenty of bones when I smite them. But of course, I've had not so good happenings with bone meal farms, like the small one, like Shulkercraft built, because I run out of bone meal, and it doesn't auto refill itself, so it just doesn't work like half the time. So maybe I build a bigger one, a better one. I could do it. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna put away these torches. But I needed to build that hole first. And, of course, I have moss somewhere in here, I think. Maybe I don't. No, I don't. I do not. Oh, that's a problem. Moss is probably up top. Or I have to go find some. But I can find lush caves very easily. Because I know where some are. I guarantee that moss blocks are somewhere here. Yep, there we go. Moss blocks. And I have sea pickles and brain coral. I have an idea. A horribly awful idea. But that'll wait. Alright, I'm gonna have to find a tutorial on a moss farm. So, let's go back down. Ow. We need at least a moss block. And we need building blocks. Now let's see. I put this one here. So we're gonna use this one. Let's see. I'm gonna take all these out. Put the iron in here. The hoppers have their own spot. I have a feeling we'll need hoppers, but I'm gonna figure that out. Now I cannot wait for 1.21 because I want my auto crafters, dang it. But of course, technically I could upgrade and be in a snapshot, but I'd lose my mods, and I'm not too keen on that idea, so instead I'm not gonna. So that being said, I will go find a moss farm tutorial, so give me just one moment and I'll be right back. Alright, so in very non-specific amounts, this is all you need. Now, keep in mind that I need a bucket of lava and 2 water buckets. So I have to stop here at the lava farm. But you only need 1 of those. So the other 2 things are water. Now the question is, where do we build this thing? I mean, we could put it over here next to the nether tree farm. Oh, I left you on. Well, did I get a lot? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Well, this spot here should do it. Let's, start clearing this bit of sand out. And tunnel. And or should I say sand? Oh, brother, this guy stinks! Alright, now. Boop. Let's just toss these in here. And let's start working on all of this. Put these in here. Keep edge. Probably need cognazzo. Torches, redstone torches are ours. Don't need those, so let's put down these. And that should be everything we need for this build. So let's get cracking. First, we need a 5x9 platform made of stone. So put that here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Fill in the area. I have no idea where I'm going with this. I just know that it's going somewhere. No, actually. We're not building it here. Build it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Build it going this way. Probably gonna have to clear more of this area out. But that's just the risk you take when you start a project. Okay, yeah, I'm actually gonna clear out more of this area. Let's shave off a bit of this. So has anyone actually watched MatPat's Ultimate FNAF timeline. I have. I'm actually watching it a second time. Like, I have not been able to get enough of this timeline, because it ties a lot of stuff together in a very, I think, satisfying way. Like, it connects some pieces together that didn't really fit before, but also it's like another content creator who, unfortunately, I don't have their name, said, and they said that the story changed, like, between FNAF 3 and FNAF 4. And you can definitely feel that there was a shift in story. Because, like, the first 3 trilogies were what Scott was going to make, and let that be that. But then number 4 came in, and the story changed, and Scott changed some stuff. Obviously. So, like, the Bite of 87 was in FNAF 2. When a day shift security guard, previously on the night shift, got munched. So, like, then the Bite of 83 was in FNAF 4 at the crying child's birthday. And again, the story changed. Then the story changed again in Sister Location. And that's where we are. Like, there was a satisfying ending in FNAF 6, and then Ultimate Custom Night came out, and it turns out we're playing as William Afton, the guy who did it. He did it all. Okay, one of the shorter ends, place 5 furnaces, which will be over here. So 5 furnaces here at the end. This is because furnaces are an unpushable block, and this will make it easier to generate moss, because the pistons will push and the moss will get picked up, but the furnaces won't move. Anyway, so yeah, the story changed quite a few times in the telling of FNAF. Like, at first it was just some psycho who was a killer and killed a whole bunch of kids at a pizzeria. But then the story changed again in 4, or the story changed in 4 for the first time, but again it changed because then we were given, like, motive for the killings. And, like, people were trying to say there was a motive for something, but there just wasn't in the first 3. Like, the original 3 were their own story. Then 4, we got a motive for why it happened. And then in 5, we see some of the fallout of what happened. But you're gonna have to go watch Matt Pat's theories on what changed, because basically it's all a bunch of... It's all weird, okay? Like, that's all I can say about it. It's weird. Now, do something like this. Place these 3 here, and then the row of pistons like I did. Then create a ring around here for a bit of lava so we can generate more stone to replace the stone. Out here, that gets turned to bone meal. Or bone meal. Moss. And the pistons will push on a clock that will also generate the moss, and then there will be a system that flushes it out over this way. So, behind here, I'm just going to have to mirror everything on the other side. So, shorter ends, place 5 furnaces. Block gap, add 5 pistons, use shape out of glass, infinite water, water to both sides, glass blocks on top of the pistons, top of the first bit, and also on the edges, with lava like I did it. And then we need building blocks, which I'm using polished diorite. I apologize. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Place one block here. And add a sticky piston next to it. Then make a circle of blocks like this. And then repeaters set to max ticks going around like this. Sorry. And then one more set to 3 ticks. And then place building block, building block, building block. Then here, place a building block. Then a sticky piston. Then a building block next to the piston. A redstone dust right here. Then a repeater here. Building block. Let's see, there was a note. Then here, place sticky piston, and then add a building block. This will allow us to place a lever somewhere. It'll extend the piston, send a signal through here, and because this piston will extend, it'll be a block to carry it on and make it a clock until we retract the piston, and then the repeaters will stop because there's no longer a block to receive the signal, and so the repeater won't receive anything. And I had my suspicions, but this lever here goes here. Ta-da! And see? Then Alright, so we need redstone, repeater set to max ticks. Can't test it now. But apparently this was supposed to fix something. Or we put it here. And something. And then we want a building block here. Yeah, like that. Okay. Yes. And then on top of it, a redstone dust. Then another building block here. Okay. Then we extend it by 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really difficult to build this because I have to do everything backwards. And I should not have gotten rid of the redstone dust because all the redstone does this. Okay, and actually, we need the repeater here. And that'll give it enough of a tick, or enough of a pulse to start working. Now let's just check that. I'll have to experiment around with that one. Luckily, there's no TNT in this farm, so we'll probably be alright. All those blocks. Then we want 2 more building blocks. Here and here. We want a repeater here with 3 ticks. And a redstone dust here. Unless... No. Okay. Repeater set to 1 tick. This farm was built in like 1.17 when we first got moss. So, it's got some fixes. Need a sticky piston here. And a building block in front of it because reasons. So let me demonstrate. Oh dear. So if we were taking a redstone output, this would cause it to take an output. So that's good. That's what we want. So let's shut that down. Building block. Yep. And on the other side, here, we need 3 building blocks. Oh boy. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, like this, yeah. Okay, so here, repeater, set to 3 ticks, and a dust. And this is not any change, okay? There's no change here. And now we need 7 building blocks next to the stone platform. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we want our trapdoors. We need 7 of them, but I made 12. Do this and open them. On both sides, and a glass block. Then add glass behind them. Then on top of them, or actually, we need more water, which we can get from the ocean. Boom, boom, and fill it in. And then on top, we add our building blocks. And then we place 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 redstone on top. And then 6 blocks, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 behind the glass. And then another 1, 2, 3, like so. And then here, add a building block. Then next to the block, add a comparator, facing this way. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then a block right here, and a redstone torch. And then on top, a building block. And then in the middle of the stone platform, leave a 1 block gap and put a moss block. Then we add our dispenser pointing into the moss block. One dispenser. That's all you need. And then behind the dispenser, add 1, 2, 3 hoppers. On the first hopper, add a redstone dust. Then add 2 glass blocks. Then 2 building blocks. And a piston above the moss block. This is to prevent it from not generating any moss, because if there's, like, let's say a grass or a moss carpet on top of the moss block, it'll stop. So you need that piston to break whatever's on top of it and let it go again. Then on the last hopper, add a building block. Like so. On the glass block, place a repeater. And also on the last building block up there, a repeater set to the last tick. Then we want 2 redstone dust, like so. Yes. And then take 2 building blocks and connect all the redstone dust. So, in theory, this should all do something. So, let's see what it does. Oh dear. So this is a problem. If this doesn't stop generating water, nothing will grow. So, how do I fix this? Let's see now. Let's add this torch back, because I don't trust this place. Is it only supposed to be open for a short time? No, that's too brief. I should stop using what Luke the Notable refers to as birthday candles, and instead use light blocks. I mean, I have ochre frog lights, and pearlescent and verdant frogolites. Business is booming. So, let's see now. This doesn't feel like it's... This feels wrong. Something is wrong here. Maybe extend this one. And let's be smart about this. And place these temporarily. Water doesn't clear fast enough. So the question is, how do am I fix? How do am I fix? And that looks completely wrong. Oh, that looks like it's powering from over here and traveling down. That's not right. That doesn't look right. It's because of... No, you know what? I'm gonna trust the process. Probably make these stay open longer. Or how do I... Yeah, make them stay open longer. To clear out the water. So let's see. This should fire... quickly. And then... a matter of timing. I almost have to have this one, like, rapid fire. But not like this. Now that is whack. This is nuts. Maybe add a repeater here, set to 2 ticks. Damn it, forgot I don't have the wall. Need golden carrots. Good thing I have a supply of them in here. I mean, technically this should work. Alright, let's turn her off. So ignore the whole comparator clock thing. Well, let's add 4 more here coming out of the farm, and then dig a 4-block hole, deep hole in front of the farm. at least. So now we're just gonna have to improvise. Alright. Here we go. 4 blocks deep. 4x4. Then below the hopper, we place 6 droppers going up. Because the dropper will spit it into the hopper, and that'll be that. So, that's the hopper tower, or the dropper tower, I mean. Then we want 1, 2, 3 hoppers going into there. Then get your chests, place them like this, then have these 3 running into there. We then get our 6 composters and boop, 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 boop. And then hoppers going into each of those. Then place 1 hopper here. And then all of the rest point into that one in a circle. Then we want a glass block here. Then a glass wall. All the way across here. Whoops. Okay, we don't want one here, apparently. It can't be composted, so we'll just grab that. Oop, never mind, I guess we got it back. And we want to place some water over here. And it should flow like that, yes. Then in front of the water, place a glass block. There's the red stained glass. I knew it. Then over here... Ooh, I made a mistake here. Too high glass wall right here. Then a row glass on top of here. Not here. Here. Place a glass block here. And then here. Hello, Stinker. Alright, sorry about that. Cat needed out. So now we need to boop, 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 boop. Now instead I'm just going to make my way out. And then go to this. And there's a way we're connecting up redstone, and I'm going to do this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so first of all, this was wrong. Need to make the hole a bit bigger. I'm just going to dig this whole area out. Just make your hole a bit bigger. Then we want to build some ground. Add a building block. Oops, I mean... add a building block. So we want to place a comparator and right-click it. Then get your redstone and go up the glass. Like this. And then extend a redstone line up to the lever. Use a repeater to extend the signal. Well, hopefully all goes well, and this did its thing, so... Yep. And it's done. Okay, I'm gonna cut a lot of the other part of this episode out. I screwed up, but not in the way you're thinking. Like, I dismantled the moss farm and went with my own design. Basically, I needed a lot more delay to prevent this thing from producing cobblestone. And I needed something to avoid making this a nightmare to deal with. Basically, I didn't want this water flowing over here, so I just put up some trapdoors over here. And bada boom, we got our bone meal, and everything's working now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, 4, 8, 9, 10 repeaters set to max in this clock. Same clock, it just extends a pulse out. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. There we go. And it gets to turn into stone instead of cobblestone. This clock runs, it's comparative clock actually, keeps it open, keeps it closed long enough for everything to flow into the water stream, and we can then collect it down here. Of course, we're out of bone meal. But we can toss moss blocks in here, and then if we have a cheeky little run over here, we can toss our moss carpets, azaleas, blooming azaleas, and wheat seeds we get. Keep the moss blocks, because I want the moss blocks. And it all gets turned into bone meal. Lovely. Also, it's not producing nearly enough bone meal, so we gotta supplement it with using cactus. Cactus. Ha! No. Not cactus. Pumpkin pie. We gotta trade emeralds for pumpkin pie, but I have emeralds somewhere. Not in here. Not in here. Oh wait, no, I traded them already. Right. Okay, I traded a whole bunch of our iron for emeralds, and then it got us so many emeralds. But we have so much iron in here. That our iron farm blocks are not producing. So we gotta get all this iron out of here. Start from the beginning. And work our way this way. We're now going to trade this with our dude bro over here, our toolsmith. Get a lot of emeralds thanks to our infinite trades data pack. It's not cheating. I don't think, anyway. I get why you can't just trade infinitely, because it's a broken way to get tons of emeralds, but I don't agree with it. If I wanna break the game, I'm gonna break the game. So, I broke my game. Anyway, now our farmer dudes that sell us our flower seeds will trade us pumpkin pie too. See, it's this guy. Let's see what he sells at Master. It's golden carrots and such. Okay. All right, lots of emeralds. Went to a lot more pumpkin pie, which we can toss into here. And we are getting a guaranteed bone meal every 7 pumpkin pie. Because I've mentioned before, we get a single layer of compost for every every pumpkin pie, and you need 7 layers of compost for a bone meal. So toss in the pumpkin pie, and every 7 of those, every 7 stacks of that will produce us a stack of bone meal. Let that go for a while, and you got some pretty good bone meal. So that's why a lot of people would benefit from having farmers that sell pumpkin pie, buy pumpkins and melons, and then toss the pumpkin pie into a composter, because it's not a very good food. It does a lot, but it doesn't have the saturation. Like, it doesn't provide enough sustenance, as it were, for any long-term gain. So, you know, don't eat pumpkin pie as a food. Buy it and then compost it from farmers. It's not guaranteed. I don't think they'll give you a pumpkin pie trade. But if you can get a whole bunch of them that do, you're looking at profits in the bone meal department. Like, if you're trading a whole bunch of emeralds and you basically have everything you want, like, or like if you have enough emeralds to spare, like, you have a huge trading mansion, I guess. It would be worth it to invest in some farmers that give you pumpkin pie. Or if you're like me and you play Java and you have access to broken data packs, and I mean like broken not in the sense of they don't work, but broken like completely stupidly easy in terms of gameplay, then it might be worth it. That's why huge villager trading halls are the best. Getting sticks to trade Fletchers, having an iron farm to sell the iron to your tools, all your various smiths like armor smith, toolsmith, weaponsmith that have the ability to buy the iron. Boom. Sell crops to farmers. Just any way you can get a lot of emeralds, or if you even have an emerald raid farm, if you can get those emeralds to work for you, like, the sky's the limit to the bone meal you can get. Like, just invest. Anyway, moss blocks are going here. And all these emeralds are going to be very useful for getting lots of pumpkin pie from my farmers. Do I feel bad that my farmers can't sleep at night? No. No, I do not. Their lives mean nothing to me. Why would I care? And bada bing, bada boom. We can toss these pie into the water here. Or not, because there's so many things already. And just let it do for a while. But I'm gonna have to end the episode. But we haven't named a new cat. So I'm just gonna grab an Altaria and say we rolled a 334. I know that's not exciting or epic, but I need a cat named Altaria. So if I have to fudge the numbers a little, Altaria it is. And while we're on the topic of adding things, let's add a layer to our cactus farm. Now, I need to do this, so I'm going to. So, we need to add another layer of our warp stems, because they need at least one air block above the fences to grow, I've noticed. And so... oh man, that sound just sends chills up my spine. Because it sounds like... you know when you have a popsicle wrapper that is kind of stuck to the popsicle and you... and you peel it apart because it's cold. Oh, it's sending shivers up my spine just thinking about it. Oh, it's not good, not good, not good, not good. Okay, here we go. Alright, so... I also need some of this glass. Now, I am thinking about what I can do for a build sometime. Now, let's just say it involves cartographers. If that don't pique your interest, I'm not sure what will. Yeah, I don't really know how to pique your interest with the mention of cartographers. I mean, it's literally a insane type beat that I just dropped. And if your interest isn't piqued, I don't know what to tell you. You probably consumed lead at some point in your childhood and need to get yourself checked for lead poisoning. You wanna know how you... if you want to check yourself for lead poisoning, eat a whole bunch of candy, and if you throw up, it means you ate too much candy, now doesn't it? Yeah. So if you throw up a whole bunch of candy, you ate too much. And it's not good for you. Go eat some celery. Balance it out. Because celery is apparently a negative calorie. It literally is mostly water and can detract the calorie count. I don't know how it does it, but it's magic. I'm gonna stop that now because even my own body is telling me, no, don't do that. It was literally about to make me swallow a whole bunch of spit, and it was like, no. So we need like this and this. And this and this. Just remember, feed your friends celery if you're the trip sitter. Make sure they know the benefits of eating celery. It is literal information that will save their lives. If they're too high, then they have a problem. Make them eat celery. Otherwise, the eight-legged... ah, hell, I don't have a funny thing set up. I was gonna say eight-legged Bombushka plane from GTA 5, but that's not funny. I could just say Choo Choo Charles is gonna come get him. Alright, well, that's how you build a layer of the farm. Were you watching? Good, because I'm not going over it again. Pay attention next time. Or better yet, take a peek. Got the hole, all the cactus runs into it, falls down into the water below, and collected in the hoppers. That's how you get a whole bunch of green dye really easy. Also, we're growing more of these. Now I got these yellow sage, or the golden sage, and it's because these flowers have the chance to throw up a negative gang sign and say, nah, I'm changing the track. I'm changing the funky beat. It literally filled this up with eggs. Oh my god. Leave it to a chicken to throw everything out the window. Why do I still have all these chickens? Oh, right. Because I'm a madman, and I want to see the world burn. Let's turn those blocks down. Back down. Oh, that is less offensive on the ears, and I love it. Turn it down to 3. Anyway, yeah, this is how you get a whole bunch of bone meal really quick. I mean, look at all this. We might have to consider extra bone meal storage, won't we? Now, why... I still don't get why feathers aren't compostable. Now, what can I do with feathers? Book and quill. Oh, right. Right. The other reason I built that pit. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Wait till next episode. I'll have something good. Man, I feel like I need a trip sitter even though I'm not on a trip. You need that one sober person to be the trip sitter. The person in the group who doesn't like taking the drugs and doesn't get an easy contact high. Oh, my eyeballs. Now all that's left to do is kick the stinker out the room. Because I can't stand how cute he is. That's a lie. I'm not going to do that. If I'm going to kick him out, it's because he's a bed hog and he lays down by my feet. He's 18 pounds a cat! Also, when he stretches out, he goes from... Like, if I'm standing straight up... I'm 5'6", by the way. He stretches out to up to my shoulders. He is a good 5 feet long, at least. Assuming my head is 6 inches long. Like, from here to here. Like, he stretches out the full length, and I'm thinking, what did we feed you when you were a baby? But it's just his breed of cat. He's just a big cat. It scares me sometimes. But other than that, this is not empty yet. Okay. Well, I don't know what to do now. Should we just gather a whole bunch more moss? I think we should. Nah, I gotta end the episode. Well, I guess the only thing left to say is thank you everybody so much for watching. If you somehow enjoyed this episode, thank you. I'm sorry that I failed my build the first time. And I'm sorry that this was a lackluster conclusion. I'll do something... I'll diverge some long-term plans for this world tomorrow. But for now, I gotta end the episode. I gotta edit the episode. Cut out a whole chunk of what you saw me build before because it wasn't working. And provide an explanation for why I cut it out. So... thank you everybody so much for watching. This was a lot of fun, even though I screwed it up royally. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!